Hey, good morning, everyone. We should be getting ready to initiate the webinar. I'm going to give everyone just another minute, so please stay patient, but we should begin shortly. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone, I think we can get started. Welcome to yet another Vigilant Technologies webinar, one of many in a series we're rolling out here in 2017. And thank you for joining, even those folks out on the West Coast. We certainly appreciate you waking up early to join us. Today's session focuses on Oracle Cloud applications, and for those who aren't familiar, we're specifically talking about Oracle ERP, HCM, EPM, SCM, or Oracle's SaaS offerings. So anyone interested in potentially moving Oracle workloads through SaaS, we're going to be hinting on that today. But any of those folks on the line looking to move those workloads to Oracle Cloud via Infrastructure as a Service, or IaaS, we'll be having a webinar solely around that service as well, with details to come early in October. So let's face it, we're in the era of cloud, and a multitude of options are out there for your organizations to consider, evaluate, and ultimately choose a path that fits your company's needs. Here at Vigilant, we've seen many companies select Oracle Cloud applications for their needs from a back-end perspective and also front-end. And we're delighted to present how Vigilant has made the transition easy for each and every one of them. Quick housekeeping items before we begin. For those who have any questions for something that we missed during the presentation today, we'll address those via chat box. So there should be a chat box available for you on the right-hand side of your computer. We'll try to get through those as many of those as possible. And if you have any additional questions, we'll be happy to coordinate further at a later time. But quickly want to just go through introductions. My name is Brandon Dugan. I'm one of the business development managers here at Vigilant Technologies, focusing solely on Oracle SaaS, so your Oracle Cloud applications. We have Des Setram, who is a partner leading our Oracle Cloud practice, and Senthil Prabhu. He's a regional sales director in the Southeast region. He actually lives in Florida and covers that area, focusing solely on cloud applications as well. The objective for this webinar is to really showcase Vigilant's experience with cloud migrations, whether you're currently running on-prem Oracle applications or some subset of Excel that you want to move to Oracle Cloud apps. We want to walk you through our approach, methodology, and reasons why some of our customers have chosen Oracle Cloud for their back-end needs. Des?
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. Actually, Brandon had had introduced me. I just wanted to kind of give a few words about myself as well. So I'm an accountant by profession. I started my consulting career with Oracle Consulting as an Oracle e-business hands-on functional consultant. Since then, I had moved to Ernst & Young, Deloitte & Touche, and also IBM. At Deloitte and IBM, I was leading their Oracle practice before moving to Vigilant as a partner. Since 2012, we have done a lot of cloud implementations, and also, of course, some on-premise implementations as well. And we just want to kind of share our experience and how we have helped many of our clients move or transition to Oracle Cloud very quickly. From an objectives perspective, so we just want to give you an overview of Oracle Cloud applications. We are not going too much into that because there's a lot of information available at cloud.oracle.com, and we can definitely go there and get a lot of stuff on the cloud itself. And we can, of course, if anyone is interested, we can also provide additional information on specific modules and experience as well. And then the second objective is to why move to Oracle Cloud applications. A lot of times, if you're either on Oracle Cloud, Oracle on-premise already, on any of the platforms, whether it is eBusiness Suite, PeopleSoft, or JDE, or if you are completely new to Oracle and you are using another ERP system, you always wonder why you should move to Oracle Cloud. So we kind of touch on that. We also, the main purpose of the webinar is also to see how the transition can be made easier. And at Vigilant, we had started a methodology, or we created a methodology called InSculpt, and we'll talk about that, how and why we did that. There are lots of methodologies available, but why did we create InSculpt? And also we want to show you how migration of historical data becomes easier using InSculpt. Another question that most companies ask when we go for proposal discussions is how will InSculpt help us move to the transition? Because anytime moving from one ERP to another, there is always going to be change management required. So how will InSculpt help? So that is something we will cover as well. We will share some success stories from some of the clients, and we have many more clients who are referenceable, and we'll be more than happy to organize reference calls with them as well. But we picked up a few success stories in different industries to showcase that to you. Okay, and of course, finally, we can get into the questions as well. So first, an overview of Oracle Cloud applications. So, I think this is something that for those of you who have been looking into the Oracle Cloud applications are familiar with this, right? So in essence, we have a complete suite of HCM on the cloud, starting from core HCM, payroll, compensation, performance, goals, absence management, talent management, you name it. So the entire suite is available on the cloud. On the ERP side, we have the financials, BI and financial reporting is embedded into each of the business areas. Project portfolio management, which includes costing, billing, project management, procurement, including self-service procurement, that is you forward requisition, supplier portal, purchasing module, and so on. Supply chain management, order management, pricing, global order promising, and all that goes with the supply chain management area, and the manufacturing area as well, which includes the bill of material, inventory, and so on. So the complete suite of ERP is now available on the cloud, and actually Vigilant has implemented the complete suite as well. So that's something that we can talk about. And on the Hyperion front, now called Enterprise Performance Management, or EPM, there is all the complete suite of EPM or Hyperion, which is on-premise. Hyperion is now available on the cloud. So that includes enterprise planning and budgeting, which is modularized to expedite implementation, financial close and consolidation, account reconciliation, and performance reporting. So the complete suite is available on the Hyperion front as well, and on the CRM as well, the complete suite is available, including marketing, commerce, sales, service, social, etc. Of course, you can definitely go into, as I said, cloud.oracle.com, and then you can look at the various areas of on the modules and get more details on each of the modules. Apart from the SaaS offering, if you require, there is a huge amount of PaaS offering, platform as a service as well, where you can build in process applications which are unique to your business and integrate that seamlessly with the SaaS model, the software as a service model. So the question is, why move to Oracle Cloud applications? So you have on-premise and then it's working. You have had it for many years. So why should you move to that? So a few changes and advantages that may be applicable to you is, one is licensing. So on the on-premise solution, licensing is a major area of like you need to first license the product, and then you also pay for the support. In a cloud model, you do not pay licensing. It's a subscription base. There is no upfront licensing cost. So definitely there is a cost saving on that. And for those of you who are on Oracle support, you know that there is several tiers of support available. On the cloud, you have, it's a subscription made, so everybody gets the support you need. The licensing complexity, again, there is, when you have an ERP system, generally you pay for the application by user or by whatever method the licensing is done for you. Plus you pay for the DBA, not DBA, the database. You would have to pay for the database for licensing that, and depending on how you want to use it, and several other factors that gets into the licensing, which makes it complex. In the cloud, you pay for subscription, and it is mainly based on the number of users. In some cases, it is based on transactions. So it's very crystal clear. Ongoing licensing support costs. So you pay the subscription on a yearly basis or whatever that is decided between you and Oracle, and the support is included in that. So you don't have to pay any support costs. Implementation costs, they are generally lower than on-premise implementation, and I will get into more details of that in the later slides. Ongoing DBA costs, there is no DBA costs. In-house DBA costs are not there anymore, because the subscription covers any upgrades or any DBA support that you may require. Infrastructure costs, again, there is no need for you to worry about infrastructure, because again, it is covered by the subscription. Ongoing upgrades, Oracle does the upgrades, comes up with upgrades every 6 months or so. You can choose the time when you want to upgrade, so it's not like you wake up one morning and then the system is upgraded. It is not that way. So you choose when you want to upgrade your test instance, when you want to upgrade your production instance, but then the upgrades are included, and it is in your best interest to take advantage of the upgrade and the functionality that comes with it. So, but that is included in the subscription. All you have to do is additional testing. Internal or external application managed services, this is a choice. So you can have super users in-house, you can have people in-house to help out, or you can engage external people to support your users. So our clients, it's a mixed model, and some clients use us for the support, and while others have in-house support mechanism. But generally on the application support, because a lot of things are now pushed on to the users. So for example, the reporting can be built by the users themselves without any coding, the business intelligence reports which are embedded. So so most often it is the application managed support is less than what is required. So in all of these, there is a lot of cost savings involved. Now, coming to some other benefits, so your instance is always supported. When we go in and when Vigilant and Oracle visits clients together, we always find that clients are in very old versions, and they are either looking to upgrade, but the upgrade path is not available, or they have to go from one version to another version before they actually can upgrade, which increases the cost, testing time, complexity, and so on. In case of cloud, the upgrades, as I mentioned before, happens about around every 6 months or so. So in essence, you will be always in the current instance, so you will always be supported, and you would have the best support possible. Adding other business areas is easy because it's modularized, and then we can always add on other areas. A lot of clients, for example, may implement finance and procurement first, and depending on their requirement, or maybe HCM first, and then implement finance, and so on and so forth. So, but there is no need for extensive planning because infrastructure, DBA, etc., are not your worries anymore. Cloud applications come embedded on mobile devices. So you can use your mobile devices to access cloud applications anywhere. And of course, the self-service applications are all there as apps. And then the users can, or the approvers can approve, for example, a requisition, an expense report, or a journal from the mobile device. It grows with you. So, for example, like your organization grows, and then you say that, okay, you know what, I need to resize my database. I need to resize so that I don't have any performance issues. Then you can get Oracle to resize it periodically. So it reduces procurement effort as well, because now you're not procuring operating system licenses, database licenses, infrastructure, network, all of that, right? So all of that is now covered under Oracle subscription. So all that you require is that, the subscription and the implementation services or application managed services. Reduce IT effort, because most of Oracle's on the SaaS side is template based. So, even for loading, for interfaces, there are specific formats, and then it's template based. So from an IT perspective, it is the effort is reduced as well. Of course, the IT based for the infrastructure OS is completely gone. Standardized processes. So one thing on the cloud is a lot of times people say that, oh, I have a lot of customizations. Can this be done? So of course, if there are definite requirements for customizations, and if the best practice flows that are already embedded in the ERP is not suitable for you, you can look at the platform as a service for the customizations, and there are some easy applications available under the platform as a service to do that. But at the same time, and we will talk about it in a little bit more in detail, but what we try to do is we come to you with the best possible scenario or the process flows that are available within Oracle Cloud based on the best practices in your specific industry, and we come to you and ask you why this will not meet your needs. So, and then you can decide whether you really need to customize a certain process or whether you can utilize the best practice flow that is already embedded in the application. But that's a choice that you have at that point. And one other thing is that a lot of times in the on-premise, you have an ASM selling it, but other than the ASM, you really don't have much of a contact with anybody else in Oracle. Cloud is not like that. During the implementation, there is an implementation success manager who helps you navigate through any implementation issues that comes that you may encounter, or any issues that the implementation partner may encounter for the implementation. Once the implementation is live, then you have a dedicated customer success manager who again will help you navigate through upgrades and so on. And these are provided by Oracle at no extra cost to you and as part of the subscription. So why move to Oracle Cloud? A lot of reasons, and then here are some reasons that we have heard from our clients, right? One is, like, you have an antiquated system which is pretty old, and you are looking for a modern system. So cloud has a modern look and feel. There are hundreds of thousands of videos available which kind of shows on how in different modules, different business areas, different business processes, and the look and feel of the system. So feel free to go to YouTube or cloud.oracle.com and then look at those videos based on you want to see how modern it is. There is embedded business intelligence and financial reporting. So again, except for very complex reports, most reports can be built by the users themselves using the embedded business intelligence and financial reporting. So Oracle Cloud GL comes with S-Base. So you have a great analytical capability within the financial module itself, rather than you having to have S-Base separately. So the licensing support and infrastructure costs are high. A lot of times you may be having, of course, the on-premise licensing plus the support costs, and then you may be hosting it outside with a hosting provider. You may have outsourced your DBA, but even then you have several costs to add on. So we have done business cases for many of our clients, and then when we add up all of these costs and compare it with subscription, there is definitely a business case from a cost perspective alone. And there is a lot of features which are there in Oracle Cloud, which was in an on-premise solution was very expensive. So one of them is like integrated invoice automation, which is very well liked by a lot of our clients. So to give one example, invoice automation, it's as simple as, and I'm not exaggerating, it's as simple as scanning an invoice and emailing it to an email ID that Oracle provides. Then the invoice actually magically appears in the payables module. Yes, you may have to get in and open the invoice if it is not a PO matched invoice to put in the distribution code, etc. But if it's a PO matched invoice, so it is actually ready for validation and for payment or approvals. So this is one feature that I just wanted to talk about, but there are several others. So again, I talked about the mobile devices. So the cloud application is available on mobile devices. And then, of course, the upgrading to the next version of the ERP is expensive. Many of our clients are on older versions of the ERP system, mainly because it is too expensive to upgrade. So it could be the infrastructure, it could be various factors. And there are lots of people who just live with it, though the system is just barely working. It may need, with all of the spreadsheets and everything else that goes with it, it may be working or you're able to make it work rather than working, but it is an old system. So, but then if you want to upgrade, then you have to upgrade your infrastructure, you have to upgrade a whole bunch of things that you do not want to do. Another reason why clients go to Oracle Cloud is that the business itself has transformed. So the upgrade does not make sense. So doing a technical upgrade does not make sense. So when you implemented your current ERP system, you were one business, for example. Now you have added on many organizations. You might have become multinational, or you have got several lines of business. So your chart of accounts, as an example, it does not meet your needs. So you want to kind of change it. You want to make sure that, okay, you get rid of all the old unwanted data and then move on with a fresh implementation. So again, if you're going to re-implement on your current infrastructure, on your current ERP, then it's an expensive proposition. Another one is like too many hands in the ERP system. So like there are so many people who are helping you out on different areas. So in essence, I have seen a lot of times that at client places that people are kind of saying that, oh, who touched this, who changed this, and why is it not working? It was working yesterday. So all that would not be here because now the users are the only ones who are going to be using the system. Extensive customizations, of course, I'm not saying that you may not require customizations because your business may be unique and the software may, in some rare occasions, may not meet your needs. So you may need customizations, but you are but the cloud helps you look into the best practices and say why this will not work for you, and that's an important factor for you. So that it gives you a chance that when you move to cloud, so you look at the best practice and say that, okay, you know what, let me kind of have a look at this new process, and then see why it is not, why it won't help, why it won't be suitable for our business. Now, there is no point in bringing your existing system directly into your into your current instance, into the new cloud instance. So it's always better to kind of look at the best practice and go from there. It is cost effective, as I had shown in the previous slides, and we will be more than happy to do a business case for you. Okay, so also from sometimes it is also you are on an unsupported system. So obviously because of that, you want to kind of get onto a supported system, because obviously an ERP system is critical for your business. And finally, business is growing rapidly, and so you want to kind of make sure that you have a modern system that would help you with the process. And one last thing I want to add is I'm sure many of you are familiar with Gartner's Magic Quadrant. Oracle ERP is rated the #1 in the cloud applications. So I mean, if you are interested, we can send you the Magic Quadrant to you. But that is again, we are the #1 in this area. So this slide actually shows you. Shows you some of the screenshots of. I mean, just to kind of give you a high-level look and feel, right? The first one is all the widgets that are there in Oracle, so you can build your own dashboards. Now, these come out of the box, and then you can actually go and enable them to view them the way you want to view them. There is no coding required to do this. Anybody who kind of has, I mean, not coding language, anybody who is computer savvy can go and create this for themselves. So, and of course, as part of the implementation, we can train the users as well to do it. So there is absolutely no coding required on that. The invoice processing flow, kind of what I was talking about, it is really like what it shows is that you just import, you scan the invoice, you import the images, the system recognizes the images, and then stores the images, processes invoices, and pay invoices. So there is nothing more to it than actually this flow. So it is not very, it is not the usual failure rates are not at the usual in an invoice imaging solution that is generally seen in the market. So user-friendly report creation. So this is a screenshot or multiple screenshots. I know it is not, it's too small, but of the grid way of developing a financial statement. Right, so again, there's no coding, it's a drag and drop, and then you create the financial statement based on the way you would want to see a financial statement. You can create as much financial statements, as much complex financial statements as you want. For those of you who are familiar with Hyperion, this is a Hyperion tool, Financial Reporting Studio, which is now embedded in the GR. Dashboard creation is again easy, and the dashboards can be personalized for each of the users. So as a CFO, he wants to see certain things when he logs in the morning versus a controller versus an accountant and so on. So each of them can have their own dashboards, and again, there is no coding required for this. So with that, I will just move on to the InSculpt and the genesis of InSculpt. So the first and foremost on the InSculpt is Oracle Cloud Applications is, we believe, a game changer in the marketplace. So we wanted to develop a new methodology to complement this. So because there's no point in having a game-changer application without really having a game-changing methodology. If we are going to come to you and say that, okay, I want to know your current state, I want to know your future state, and then tell you why many of the requirements that you are giving us cannot be met or needs customization. So we used our experience in implementing Oracle on-premise and cloud ERP solutions to come up with this new methodology. So I mean so we wanted to kind of use that to build our methodology. And then at the same time, we wanted to take advantage of the rich functionality for each of the modules in Oracle Cloud. So we wanted to take the combination of the best practice in a specific industry and merge it with the functionality that is available in the cloud, and then provide you with, like, this is the best practice and this is the functionality that Oracle has got. So to give you a winning ERP system. So a lot of times our clients have asked us, why do you want to ask our requirements to tell us that the product won't do? Why don't you tell us what the product does before you ask for our requirements? And that is something that we have taken to heart, and then that is one of the key factors of building this methodology. Yeah, and again, I talked about it briefly before. So another thing is, like, it's when you're engaging a consultant organization, like sometimes clients tell us that, why are you wanting to learn our current state? We know our current state is broken. So why are you asking for that current state, and what are you going to learn from that? So give us the new, what the system can do. And with that in objective, so we developed InSculpt to maximize your investment in Oracle Cloud, and to kind of show you that these are the functionality that is there out of the box in Oracle Cloud, and say why this will not meet your needs, rather than come to you and ask what. So we listened, and we utilized our rich experience from our clients who are drawn from the industry and the best practices, and developed our InSculpt methodology. We went through the entire documentations from Oracle. We worked with Oracle development and identified all the processes that can be done in Oracle Cloud, and then we updated the flows based on that. And we continue to update the flows and the requirements based on new functionality that keeps coming up with Oracle Cloud. We studied every module and learned from our experience and in various industries to come up with a documented functionality of requirements. So what happens because of that? So we are able to validate the requirements with you, because we are not writing down the requirements as required. So we are able to validate the requirements with the least amount of effort from your resources. So you do not have to spend days with us kind of providing you with the requirements and thinking that, okay, you might have forgotten something. But here we are coming up with, let us say if it's an AP module, we are coming up with about 100 or 150 requirements based on the functionality of Oracle Cloud, and asking you, tell us if you need anything more, right? Most often our experience is that clients say that we do not want to use, or we do not use certain of this functionality, but we may use it later. So let us keep it in there in the document, but just say that we do not use it today, and that's exactly what we do. So as I said, the major thing is, the whole fundamental change in the methodology is, why not Oracle Cloud will work for you, rather than tell us what you want. So this reduces the timeline. We are able to provide you with a fixed price for the implementation, because we know exactly what you want. We are able to clearly give you what your resource requirements are for the project. We provide you by month how many hours we need, and then we can assure our clients that we don't change order you for the given scope. Of course, you want to add a module or something during the course of the project, that's a different question. But for the given scope, we do not change order you. Okay, so the next topic is around the migration of historic data. Now, in Oracle Cloud, the Oracle provides templates for conversion of data and for interfaces as well. And so what we have done is, so on the left side, what you see under that external transactions is one such template, right? So this is an Excel-based template. There is another tab to it which provides instructions on how to complete it. Now, what we have done is we have taken that tab, this one, and we have clearly kind of, based on our experience and knowledge, we have built out the specs so that when we send you the template, you actually know how you should complete this template. I mean, you can complete it in Excel or you can give it as a CSV format, but the fact is that, like for example, if I take the bank account field, the first one, now it doesn't specify in the template what is the size of the field. So we have actually provided you that, okay, this has to be 360 characters. This has to be this specific Varchar 2 data type. And then, okay, it can be alphanumeric. And then the field name is, of course, the bank, and it is mandatory, right? And then what you need to provide there, it's the name of the bank account to which the transaction belongs. So we clearly kind of explain that to you so that it becomes easy for you. So we don't have to do a lot of back and forth with you. So you have that specification, you have the template, then somebody from your side can go and extract it and then do it exactly as per that. And these are things that we can give it to you on day one of the project because they are all ready. And Oracle has released release 13 now, so we have it ready for release 13 as well, and we can provide it to you on day one of the project. So your IT or whoever is extracting the information can start working on it from day one of the project. A lot of times questions come up like, oh, okay, can Oracle Cloud integrate with other systems? Now we have given, again, we have run out of room here, but here are some of the major areas that we have done integration for many of our clients. So we have done a lot of integrations with Oracle Cloud with this. Now, all of these were done without using platform as a service, but if there are mappings, there are transformation of data and so on that is required, we have used platform as a service as well, and we can utilize platform as a service to do that mapping if required, to be done if it cannot be done anywhere else. Okay, so how will InSculpt expedite? I think from the discussions that we have had so far, I think it might have become clearer to you on what we are trying to do. But I would actually go through a little bit more in detail. So one is, so when we come to you, the left side, we actually map out the process for you at a high level and how each of the modules, depending on the footprint that you want to implement, integrates with the other areas. In this example, we have finance, projects, procurement, and HCM, but it could have supply chain, it could have manufacturing as well. Now, and then on each of these areas, in the business areas, we have actually mapped out how the sub-processes. So if I take payables, we have supplier master, we have payables, we have payments, and of course there is the period and close process as well. So, and we'll get that into more details later on, and this, we bring that to you, and then we show you this process, and we tell that, okay, let us go through this process and tell us what is different for you and why this will not work for you. So this is managed payables process. Now, if I look at it, each of the sub-processes have embedded Oracle Cloud applications on top of it. Not each of them, most of them have got it. So what these mean is that these can be configured in Oracle Cloud to perform that sub-process. There are certain areas that are manual that you may have to do, or it might have been a workaround or a different process that you may have to follow. So those are not indicated, those boxes are not indicated, but other than that, to give you an example, receive invoice from supplier. So yes, if it's a scanned invoice that the supplier is sending, then yes, you can receive it into the system directly, but the receiving process itself is happening, like when they're sending it, it happens outside the system. So those are the things. So we come to you with these processes and we ask you, like, why is this not suitable? And then we have a solution design workbook, and we have it pre-populated, as I said before, based on the functionality of each of the modules. So, and these are the five, it has actually more tabs, but we are showing here 5 tabs in a solution workbook. One is on the business requirements, another is on the test cases, then details of period close process, standard reports and descriptions, and then of course the process flows itself. So in the next slide, you will see the business requirements. So here again, we have, as I said before, what we have done is we have taken the functionality of the system, of the specific module, and have actually made them, reworded them as a business requirement. And under the Vigilance comments, we have actually told how this will be done. To give an example on line 8, ability to create invoices through Oracle Supplier Portal. So there is a module called Oracle Supplier Portal where suppliers can go and load their invoices on their own without you having to get physical invoices. And that can be sent for scanning and so on, and then it gets attached to the invoice as well. So you can do that if you have the Supplier Portal module. So we clearly say that how it can be done on the comments area. And then we also say whether there is a standard functionality. So if you look at ability to receive invoices from suppliers electronically, yes, Oracle Cloud can receive the invoices electronically, but you may want to automate it. You may want to automate the process. You may want to kind of say that, okay, they place it here or they give it here, and then we want to automate it. So that is why the standard functionality says no in this specific case, because there is some additional effort involved to build it. Build the automation part of it, but the system itself allows you to bring in those invoices. So the next tab is on the test cases, and you will notice that the test cases are all linked to various requirements. So what happens is, so you have traceability of what you are going to test versus the requirement. So if there is a business requirement, then there has to be a test case, and vice versa. So this is, again, this is all ready to go. So you start the project, on day 1 we can do this. Period close process, again, we have documented all the period close processes that you need to do. If you really look at it, the period close processes is some of the processes that you would do on a daily basis, but we just wanted to make sure that there is a checklist that before you close the month, that you follow that checklist to make sure that everything is done. There is nothing really different here other than some of it you may be doing on a daily basis. And another question that a lot of clients ask us is, when we go to them and say, okay, what kind of reports do you look for? They always come back to us and says, what are the reports that are available in the system? So what we have done is, we have taken all the seeded reports available in the system, and we have actually put that into our solution design document, and we have also explained what each of those reports are. Now, there are hundreds of reports in the system, so we do not want to kind of create all of them and have a binder for it. So, but then if some of these make sense for you, we will train the users to run these reports, and they can view what they want to see and whether these reports meet their needs. And again, in case they do not, then obviously they can easily build it up using the OTBI tool. So next, we can go to some of the success stories. And I'm just keeping a watch on the time. We have 10 minutes, so I'll quickly go through it. So we have we have taken a sample of 4 success stories from 4 different industries. Westmont Hospitality was one of the first ones, and it was a very complex one. There were 400 hotels across US, Canada, and Europe. They had over 500 bank accounts, and we went live on their system on financials and procurement on time and on budget in about 7 months. The Brig is a very large retailer in Canada, and so again, they have about 400 stores spread across Canada. So they had a larger footprint: financials, procurement, expenses, EPM, that is EPBCS, ARCS, and also invoice automation. We had to integrate with multiple retail systems, banks, and their legacy systems as well, like JDA and so on. So we did all of that successfully, and they are a referenceable client for us as well. Profound Medical is another client of ours in the life sciences manufacturing area. So we went live with them on financial, supply chain, procurement, manufacturing, PBCS, expenses, and all the complete suite of products. So we went with them on all of these, and again, they make cancer treatment devices, and so we are proud to have them as a reference as well. In fact, Profound, we actually showcased them last year at the Open World. We had at least, I think, 2 sessions with them where we kind of showcased their, because I think it was one of the first manufacturing supply chain implementations. Sprott Financial Services is a financial services company, and again, we had done financials and PBCS. So what's unique about Sprott is it's an asset management company in the financial services industry, and we utilize PBCS to manage their loans, investments, and compensations. Because so we created S-based cubes to manage those and to meet their needs and to integrate that with Oracle Cloud GL. So those are the 4 cases. We do have several more, and we can definitely help you. We can share it with you, and then we can go over them with you individually. These are a few testimonials from some of our clients, which we are happy to have. We have more of this, but I know that we can definitely kind of, again, as I said, we have many references that we can go with. So with that, Brandon, I will hand it over to you to go over the about Vigilant slides.
Absolutely perfect. Thanks so much, Des. I'm sure the folks on the line can really envision how Oracle can be leveraged in their organizations. And as you can see, for those on the line, the benefit of moving to Oracle Cloud is there. Now it's just a real matter of choosing how your organization can get there. So quickly wanted to run through Vigilant Technology services and what we bring to the table in terms of cloud scenarios and wins. Just quickly wanted to showcase how Vigilant, or a little bit about Vigilant and the overview of Vigilant. We are an organization that is privately held out of Troy, Michigan, with an Oracle Cloud Center of Excellence in Toronto. All of our consultants are North American based from a cloud perspective, but we do have offices in Hyderabad as well as Montreal. Our Oracle capabilities span a plethora of different things. When it comes to your traditional on-premise or cloud application work, professional services, or managed services, we can cover that. As mentioned, we do have a Center of Excellence, which is held in Toronto, Canada, but also we have an application development and a managed services side of the house. I quickly go through this so we can get to the questions. Just as Des mentioned, we do have the cloud application experience by product area. Here's just a few of our clients from a finance, expenses, and procurement standpoint that have all transitioned to Oracle Cloud. I'm sure you're familiar with some of the logos here. Again, the EPM implementations that we have done, as you can see, there's a few folks like Weston, Profound Medical that Des had spoke to earlier, as well as the Brig. So now this is enterprise performance management. We're talking about planning and budgeting, account reconciliation, and financial close and consolidation. SCM and manufacturing implementations, these are the companies that we have implemented here. as well as project portfolio management, or PPM, as well as human capital management, or HCM. So at this time, we'd like to open it up. We have about 6 minutes left of the session. Wanted to open up for questions, and as mentioned earlier, to ask a question, please use the chat box or the Q&A chat box available on the WebEx login. So we do have a few questions that have come through already, Des. One being, what is the upgrade strategy of organizations from an in-house EBS perspective with their data and configuration onto Oracle Financial Cloud? Does this mean upgrading to cloud rather than a fresh install of Oracle Cloud? Is that possible? So I guess what this means is if a company has in-house EBS with their current data and configuration customization, what would be the easiest pathway to Oracle Financial Cloud?
So Oracle Cloud is a new ERP, right? So, in essence, so for people using EBS, some of the functionality may look similar, but the look and feel is different. It is very rich in functionality. So, we have done a few Oracle ERP clients, e-business clients, to cloud migration as well. In essence, what we do is we kind of take all the static data and the GL balances and move them, let's say, for 7 years, 8 years, whatever number of years, and using those templates that I talked about, we have moved them into Oracle Cloud. The very old data and the data that you may not require on a daily basis can be archived in your current e-business database, and which can be brought up as required. Again, we'll be more than happy to get you in connect you with clients who have moved from e-business to Oracle Cloud and learn from their experience as well.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Des. Another question very similar to the first, but deviates just a little. If there's a current Oracle 12.2x EBS organization, say they've implemented or they'd like to implement Oracle Cloud applications, can the rest of their EBS be implemented on cloud at a future time? I'm presuming this is talking about a phased approach. Can you kind of suggest or give your recommendation for the type of implementation for Oracle Cloud, whether that's a big bang or phased approach?
So it can be a phased approach. So again, we have clients who have decided, who are on current ERP systems. I mean, I think a couple of them are on e-business, but they decided to implement HCM, for example, on the cloud and then integrate with EBS. So that we have done as well. It can be big bang. So obviously, if you do big bang, then there are advantages. And of course, disadvantages as well. The advantages, of course, that you get an integrated system on day one. The advantage is it's a organization-wide change management. So, but to answer your question, yes, both are possible. For people who are using EBS R12 and above, then it is, in fact, the look and feel in some of the forms, not all, are very similar, and they may be the change management is to some extent lesser than the in the 11i environment, for example, on that.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Des. Another question that has just come through. It pertains to the impact of the business. So what is the impact to business for a move to Oracle Cloud ERP? Can you give a little bit of your experience around seeing an impact to the overall business?
So, I mean, definitely the users would have to learn the new system. So there is a learning curve involved. But I think, I think our InSculpt methodology helps that in that process. Right, so it helps you kind of look into, it takes a closer look at your, at what Oracle is willing to offer. A lot of times, I'm talking about e-business clients, for example. A lot of times we go in and show that, okay, you can do this in cloud and using our InSculpt methodology, and frankly, that specific functionality may exist even in e-business suite, right, which they are not aware of. So, I mean, to answer the question directly, yes, there is a business impact, but then we would, we try to reduce that business impact through our methodology.
Perfect. Thanks for that. And good point about the business impact, but reducing that with our InSculpt methodology, I think that's a perfect scenario. Another question that came through, has Vigilant ever implemented the full suite of Oracle Cloud products? I guess from the customers that we have shown throughout the webinar, yes, we have. But Des, do you want to touch on that just a little bit?
Yeah, for sure we have, and then I think, like, for example, Profound Medical, one of the case studies that are there is also like a full suite of implementation. Many clients actually go in stages as well, like they go with financials, for example, financials procurement, and then they go for other areas. So like Westmont, we implemented financials and procurement, and I know that they are looking at other areas as well, like the planning and budgeting and so on. So it is, we have done it, and again, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, so more than willing to share contacts and, arrange reference calls.
Absolutely. So that's all the questions that have come through so far. We'll give everyone 30 seconds or so to think, and if there's any other questions that we can address at this time, we can do so. But if not, we can certainly gather at a later date and schedule time outside of this meeting to discuss further about your Oracle Cloud migration and what that potentially could look like. But we'll just give everyone another 15 seconds or so to ask any questions, and then we can conclude. All right. Doesn't look like there are any other questions. Well, if that's it, certainly thank everyone across the globe today for joining us. We hope this was an educational session for everyone. There are lots of journeys to the cloud, whether you're looking at Oracle Cloud SaaS or infrastructure as a service. Keep in mind, we will be having another webinar in October talking specifically about IaaS, so infrastructure as a service, and moving your on-premise workloads to Oracle Cloud infrastructure. Thank you once again for joining us today. We certainly appreciate it, and hopefully your cloud journey is a success in the future, and certainly appreciate the time today, folks. Thanks so much.
Thank you.